Right, okay, so I've made some improvements to my coil winder, and not including the new bobbin of wire. Now, I had some issues where I was getting drag, where it was pulling off to one side. That was caused by the direction of the wire coming in and the angle. It was basically towing at the end and dragging it one way, so it wasn't staying lined up with a little blade that guides the needle, which is this little thing. This tiny little thing here is a normal needle, which I've actually modified it slightly. I've put some plastic on the end because um, the wire would, if it went in at a funny angle, it would lock up and it would start to tear at the polyamide insulation on the wire. So by putting a little bit of plastic over the end, it's helped to minimize that. I can still thread the wire through there. It's just anyway. So what happens? What have I done? Basically, I've made this pivot. This it's like, think of it like a little um, leverage. Basically, the amount of leverage on this side is much greater, and this side it's easy to turn. So this pivots on this nut which is attached to the base, so that it can actually rotate more easily, because it's pulling the wire at this point down here off the spool. So no matter where the wire is on the spool, the amount of leverage that's pulling on this point here shouldn't dramatically affect this end, because this has got greater leverage. It's like a big spanner with a longer handle, so this end is easy to move. So the wire can be pulled from a different angle on the bobbin, and it will still be pretty much in the center of the axis for where I'm winding my bobbin over here, you see. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a little update. So I'm recording it on the handheld, so it's a little bit difficult to operate this with one hand, but let's have a go, because I'll see if I can show you it working. See, we'll get it focused. Right, so I'm doing this one-handed, and you'll be able to see I've put some white tape on there. It's plumber's pipe stuff, you know. It just adds contrast and it makes it a little bit easy to see where the wires are laying, but you can see how well it's doing. I want to do it slowly because I don't want to snap the wires or anything if I get snagged up or anything, because it's still very experimental, but it's self-guiding, as you can see. Unless I jump, so if that blade was, these rectangular bobbins are much more difficult to wind than round ones because of the corners. When I go over the corners, that's usually when it jumps and slips. Now, with a bit of luck, with the new design and the improvements I've made, it shouldn't jump. It should stay on track. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm giving you some really close up with a high definition camera now. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I'm not worried. It's because there's a slight amount of twist in this whole assembly is a bit wobbly. I have to change these. I have to change these clamps, these little like pulleys. I've got to swap these out for these new ones over here, which will be tighter. But I've just treated these with some acetone, and these have got to dry out because they're too tight at the moment. So when they shrink down a bit, this should be the right size, and I can swap them out for the new ones. Anyway, so I let go of it then, and I haven't put rubber band on the back on this I haven't put the tensioner band back on this end because I wanted to see how it works without the rubber band on there. I did get a little bit of back roll on here. It did roll back a little bit, so I'm hoping. That other thing is a shadow. I'm just hoping it's not going to lose its place because I let go of it. Should be alright. See if we can get closer still. There is a shadow which is confusing. This here is a shadow, right? This is a shadow. I'll show you if I put my file there. Let's see. Right, so the wire is actually going on very straight. I mean, considering this is purely mechanical, no electronics whatsoever, it's doing a pretty good job of staying on track. And I'm actually doing the last layer, believe it or not, as well. This is the fourth layer. So normally on the fourth layer it goes all cocker, you know, a little bit. Yeah, but it's doing really well now. So, right. Anyway, you've seen how it works. Yeah, so if anybody wants the SketchUp file, I suppose you could message me or something on Facebook. I mean on YouTube or something, and we'll try and sort some out and send you the file, but to 3D print it. But yeah, I've added all the updates to it, and also I solved the drag problem where this was sticking and wasn't moving along this bar properly by simply adding an elastic band to this, putting a pulley on there, and when I'm winding the coil, it simply turns the slide bar. The slide bar itself isn't doing any work, but I mean, it's just, this thing just slides up and down really. But because it was sticking a bit, and by rotating that bar, any stickiness where it wasn't sliding along is alleviated by the fact that this bar's moving. So it enables the shuttle to, which is this piece here, the shuttle part, it allows that to move more easily. So anyway, that problem was solved as well. So yeah, I made about 2 improvements since the previous video. Anyway, that's it for now. I want to get on with this with 2 hands instead of 1. Right. So that's where we are so far. Right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.